question. You were when a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walking, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. It's beautiful Friday morning. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Morning. Smash the like button. That's number one. That's first order of business is to smash the like button. Second order of business, I need the family to share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel and Jerome to do anything for us. We don't wave their flag. We don't hang in the places that they hang, but they are monitoring everything that we do. Sort of like Black Wall Street. We separated and got our own, and then they turned around and looked and say, hey man, they're doing better than us. Let's bomb them. Let's airstrike them. They can't prosper. So Miguel and Jerome, more power to you. Not. That's why I asked y'all to share the video. Because I'm be talking about Jerome's boo-boo this morning. I'm going to ask some questions. So let's do this roll call because I want to get to this work. My brother Ratchet since 91. Salute. G. McCall. Dal Anderson. Black Jericho. Justin Trouble. New Orleans in the building. Salute. Salute. The Sensei. Stormy B-Man. Jim Diamond. Del Riv. I Rock. Benjamin. Yeah, we're going to get to it. Mr. Shelton. Dion next up. Salute. I need y'all, another order of business, go subscribe to my third channel, Bear Cave Entertainment. That's my third channel. That's the nerd channel, but I also back up all my morning shows over there too. Let's run the numbers up over there. Let's show Miguel and Jerome that what real unconditional love is over here. We think outside the box. That's what we do. Jeff Sparks, salute. These crazy spooners, always in our business. You root for fighters because you think they're cute. I love the sport. So there's gonna be a lot of dragging of fighters that don't do anything. DEW, don't do anything. And my question this morning is Boots dealing in monkey business? Ob Jones, salute. It's just a question. Now, I haven't spoken on this until now. He's had a victory. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Here's, because I know what this is going to invite. There's going to be somebody that really don't know me. Somebody's gonna come in here, an unfamiliar, that's gonna say, oh, y'all hating on Boots. Well, prove it. That's my response, prove it. Because I'm gonna ask the same question that I asked of Mellow Yellow on the right. Now, my memes, there's some comedic value, but if the joke's on a fighter that you unconditionally love, you might not find it funny. And I'm here to tell you, I don't give a schmuck. Rick Blackwell, salute. John Pound, salute. I don't care how you feel. Your feelings are irrelevant to me. If you can't take a joke, that's on you. All right? If you think that this joke is in malicious intent, that's on you. I don't care. Go put in the Google, not the Google, well, you can do it in Google, you can do it in YouTube. Put in Drew Titan exposed and look at the shit that comes up. It is hilarious because none of those cats know me. Steve L, salute. So I got jokes for everybody. I legitimately have jokes for everybody. I have bullets in the magazine and one in the chamber for everybody. And these are the athletes. And my memes tell a story. And as you know, Mellow Yellow calls himself the Big Ape. He has tattoos of primates on his chest, legitimately does. So he also hasn't given me what I want as a supporter of the sport of boxing. I don't care about his cornrows. Kevin Dunbar, Rod Neal, salute. I don't care about his tattoos. I don't care about his bank account. I don't care about the crashed up car when he tried to assassinate that woman and he left the scene. 88, what up? D, what up, D? I don't care about any of that. I care about when that bell rings, what does he do? How does he solidify his place in history in the sport of boxing? Is he good? Is he all right? Is he great? I want to see that. I'm here for the journey. And he hasn't done anything but excite the people that take things that are mediocre and accept it as excellence. And it's really nonsense. I have a bunch of kids fussing with me about this midget, and you kids grew up on a diet of Ritalin, Prozac, single moms. Y'all listen to the same music in the house, which is wild. I mean, the same ignorant music. Let me be clear. You grew up watching your mama twerking, so women's behavior in that fashion is normalized to you. A lot of you don't know your father. 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 And I'm not firing shots. Prove me wrong. And if you know your father, he's locked up or in jail or he's a street dude, and you idolize things like this. Things like that. You idolize that. And I find myself arguing about boxing with kids that idol worship a look. And that's crazy. You don't idol worship the man that gets up out of bed and goes to work every day, 6 days a week, 1 day to rest. And that 1 day he probably in church, accredited community, but the community doesn't notice him. You know who they notice? The dude that does a 22-year bid, then comes home and you don't know what he was doing behind those prison walls. You celebrate that. You don't celebrate the brothers going home, working an honest job, making an honest living. You don't celebrate that. 704 Joe, peace. And these are the people that idol worship Mellow Yellow right there on the right. These are the people. Son of Tank, salute. These are the people. How many times I told people, hey man, people have to qualify to talk boxing with you. They have to qualify. You know how many panels I've seen? They say, all right, well, the person on the panel, it'll be their channel. They'll be like, all right, what is your problem with me and my opinion on Tank? Hey man, Tank from the trenches. Conversation's over. Conversation's over. There's no need to go any further. That's it. We're done. There's nothing. No. Nope. He ain't got to bend the knee to no turkey out of sheep. You like that Jake Paul check, though? Hey, man, he from the trenches, man. It do what it do, man. Huh? All right. I don't speak nigga-ese. I don't speak that. Benjamin, salute. I don't speak nigga-ese. I don't. I don't speak that. I don't. I understand it, but I don't speak it. I refuse to engage with you. I'm talking boxing. What are you talking about? Chrome hearts, tattoos, braided hair. I'm talking about a fighter's place in history. That's what I'm talking about. You talk about ignorant rap music that I don't understand or identify with anymore. And what I call Negro nonsense. And you're entitled to do that, but we're having two different conversations. And I will bid you a good day. Now, y'all already know how I feel about Mellow Yellow. All right. My point's been proven about Mellow Yellow. He said he's leaving the sport. Look, good riddance. Take your fans with you. I'm not going to be checking for you. And they'll pop back up in about 5 years when he starts saying, hey, man, I think I did more than everybody at 135. I need to be in the Hall of Fame in Baltimore. And we'll be back here, God willing, everyone's still alive and healthy, talking about, hell no, he don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And we'll be back having the same conversation. Why don't you think Tank belong in the Hall of Fame? Well, he didn't do this, he didn't do this, he didn't do this. He from the trenches. And we'll be back to square one with that argument again. He's from the trenches. And I will have this locked and loaded. And before any Tank fan continues with the conversation, I will ask them to name every fighter on this meme right here. Name all of them. Some are obvious, but a lot of them are not. And then the next question is, no matter what point in his career, there was nothing but space and opportunity to get the job done. Why didn't he do it? And I want a detailed description for every person on this picture. They won't be able to do it. Even the cats that can do it, they're all FOS. That's an acronym for full of ish. And we will move forward. Because I left about 3 faces off of that. And that's why he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. Now, why am I talking about Tank? And I have Tank in this meme sharing the monkey doll with Boots, because I don't want Boots going down the same route. Okay? Now, you heard me say that, right? Hen Dog Salute. You heard me say it. Because Boots is about to get a lot of attention. I have been very fair. I've been quiet. I've just been watching. Y'all haven't seen one video of me asking why didn't Boots do A, B, and C. You haven't seen one. This is the first live stream. October 17th, 2025. This is the first one. But I'll be damned. Boots' next fight, if it's not against somebody that we can say, oh man, I don't know about this one, or this is going to be a good one, I'm going to get on here and do what I normally do. Boots, why not this guy? Why not that guy? Boots, come on, Boots. What are you doing? Eddie works for you, man. Now I'm just here asking the question. And there's going to be an unfamiliar at some point. Might not be today, but when I mention Boots again and his name is heavy in the algorithm, I'm going to get an unfamiliar. Oh no, someone else hating on Boots. No, I'm asking the question. Is he dealing in monkey business? Here's my concern. Remember, because I had a concern about Tank. Remember, we was concerned. Man, is Floyd and Leonard Ellaby holding this kid back? Floyd got on and said, oh, when he was asked about Lomachenko back in 2018, whatever year that was, 2018, 2019, whatever it is. And before he could answer, Floyd responded for him. We're not ducking or dodging anybody, but we're going to make 9-figure paydays, and Loma's old. He got to fight now. I said, that's absolutely a duck, Floyd. I think the young bull could do it, man. Go get Lomachenko. You saw what Orlando Salido did to him. Tank is a lot better than Orlando, man. Go stop that Lomachenko thing before it gets rolling. And the fact that Tank didn't fight him gave him confidence and gave him a whole lot of fame. Hell, you might as well say Loma beat him. I didn't want that. Go get him, Tank. Didn't do it, never got. He tried to get Loma when he got all kinds of back issues. Sucker. You sucker. Hey, we have a version of that in the 80s. You know what it was? You know what it was? Kinda, sorta. I'm talking about the move. I'm not talking about career. I'm talking about the move. Dig this. I recall watching like a function. Everybody, it was a boxing event, and everybody was wearing tuxedos and stuff like that. I think, and Stormy could correct me if I'm wrong, I think that same event, Aaron Pryor called out Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray said, man, go sit down. You know, I'm not fighting you, whatever. So that fight never happened. Aaron called him out. So that fight didn't happen. It may have been the same event or a different event where Sugar Ray said, I know everybody wants me and Marvin Hagler to fight, and unfortunately, it's never going to happen. And everyone clapped, and he was apparently retiring. Well, Hagler was old and on his way out, and he fought a guy named John the Beast Mugabe, who was heir to the throne. They said this is the young Marvin Hagler, and this guy was knocking everybody to hell and back, and he got the Hagler fight, and everyone was scared. Oh, Marvin, man, this is a younger version of you. Marvin said, I'll be all right. Went in there and left that ring with a portion of John Mugabe's soul. Sugar Ray Leonard saw that. He saw that Marvin lost a step, and he said that fight may have damaged him to the point where I can get him. And Sugar Ray Leonard said, yeah, I can get him now. And Marvin didn't duck the smoke. And Marvin felt he got robbed in that fight. A lot of people say, man, I think Marvin won that. It's an ongoing debate right now. That fight is over 40 years old. It's an ongoing debate right now. Marvin was so pissed off with the business. He not only left the business, but he ain't trained nobody. He ain't going to no gyms. He left the whole country. He moved to Italy, man. That's how pissed off he was. Tank tried to do that to Lomachenko. He knew that man's back was hurting. He knew that. He knew that. And Loma said, thanks for no thanks, man. I want to fight you back before the pandemic, man. Calling him out his name and everything. Oh, yeah, I think you're the king of Twitter. You're the best of Twitter. I said, man, Tank, go punch this dude. Never did it. Why? There wasn't enough money? Why? Well, you know, whatever. Let his fans deal with that. Eric Jordan, salute. Delano, what up? Let his fans deal with that. Well, he rode off into the sunset. And now, thanks to that business decision, the ongoing debate will ever be. And you see, I'm not having this debate. Ukrainians will get on here. If you can find those pages, you want to go to those pages and argue with those folk and say, man, Tank Davis would have whooped Loma's ass. Those guys will give it to you. They'll be like, no. We tried to fight that guy. We tried to fight your guy back in 2019, 2018. You said no. Loma gets hurt. Loma's back hurt. Then here you come. No. Nika. No, Nika. Y'all go deal with it. Because I'm not fighting for this kid. Nope. Y'all go deal with that. You know what? Y'all won't go deal with that. Y'all rather come over here and fuss with us when I point out the violation. That was a violation. That was a violation. Sugar Ray Leonard waited till Marvin Hagler looked vulnerable. And he said it out loud. I was like, man, that's whatever, man. I guess that's chess to him. Look at Justin Trouble. Aaron Pryor would have beat the brakes off of Sugar Ray. A lot of people feel that. I wanted to see that fight, but you know what? We will never know. And that's what sucks. That's the part that I'm talking about. We'll never know for sure. We'll never know for sure. Those are just fun conversations you have in the barbershop. Aaron would have won because of A, B, and C. Sugar Ray would have won because of D, E, and F. But the reality is we'll never know. If Roy Jones Jr. retired after Johnny Ruiz and said, I've done everything in boxing, you know, I've held belts, you know, from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight. I have nothing else to do. I'm retiring. And Antonio Tarver shows up to that post fight and does what he does. And Roy just stood up and said, aha, I did this. You have it. Fuck you. I'm out. You know what we'd have been saying right now if they never fought? Man, Roy would have smoked Antonio, man. That's exactly what we'd be saying right now. Man, Roy would have smoked him, man. Roy would have smoked him. So what he did, Roy was Superman. He cleaned out 75, went up and fought the smallest and most vulnerable heavyweight, but it was still a heavyweight, man. Ain't no way. Look at Antonio Tarver's style, man. Please, he was knocked out prior. Please, man, Roy would have smoked him. We'd be saying that right now. Right now. Thank you, Rod. We wouldn't even know who the fuck Antonio Tarver is. PJH, what up? We wouldn't even know. Well, I knew who he was, but I'm saying the average person wouldn't even know. Every boxing event I've gone to, I've ran into Antonio Tarver. He don't like know my name, but he be like, hey, man. And we stop, we chop it up. But if the Roy Jones Jr. fight don't happen, he's not a rock star. He probably don't even get the Bernard Hopkins fight, the fight that he lost. You see what I mean? We don't know. So Aaron may have beaten Sugar Ray. May have. Sugar Ray may have beat him, but we will never know. And that's what frustrates me. Who would have beat who? Riddick Bowe or Lennox Lewis on a pro level? We could have said Riddick was a different man because Lennox beat him up in the Olympics. But Riddick was a different man on a pro level. The sexy thing to say about Lennox was that he had no chin, which was not true. He just got, when he did get hit, you know, he got caught clean. It's boxing. That's what happens. Now, it might be the popular thing to say that, you know, Lennox would have mopped the floor with Riddick. Riddick would have came in out of shape, but I don't know. I don't know. May Biker, salute. I don't know. I know I wanted to see it, and Riddick got on international television and threw his damn belt in the trash. I remember that. I was like, whoa, what is he doing? And we never got the fight. So we don't know. Yeah, I remember when Juanma Lopez was up and coming. And I was like, hey, man, Juanma Lopez and Yuriorkis Gamboa, that's the fight right there. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Juanma Lopez and Yuriorkis Gamboa, remember that? Never happened. Never happened. Juanma Lopez was Felix Trinidad's man. Never happened. And then I think Juanma, he got into some trouble, some legal trouble. Felix, my brother, salute. DR on deck. Yeah, we talking about Boots, Felix. I don't want Boots to fall into the same route as Tank. Yeah, Delano, the Ray Mercer fight and Lewis fight was very, very close. Very, very close. Very, very close. Very close. That was a close-ass fight. I don't want Boots. Now, I'm going on record saying this, but I have questions. I don't want Boots going down the Tank Davis route. He's already in a place in Matchroom with a guy that's clearly going to do that shit to him. I don't want that. I don't want that for him. But I could not want it for him all he wants. What does he want to do? Now, these guys always say, hey, man, The fighter's the boss. Really? So if the fighter's the boss, 154 is a live playground. Boots said a lot of names, didn't he? So let me get some crowd participation. 54 is live. Boots said a lot of names at that post fight. Son of Tank says Ray was on Peds in the Hagler fight. I don't know, brother. I don't know, bro. I can't deny or confirm, man. Anything's possible nowadays. I don't know. But here's a question. He says some names. I appreciate you, Stormy. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all like and share these videos. Y'all go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. Let me put the link back in that description. That's my third channel. Who do y'all want to see him in the ring next? No excuses, no exceptions. Main biker says Virgil Ortiz. Now, let me talk about that for a minute, because MXC, salute. Something came up on my algorithm. I follow Aki TV. Tay, good morning. Aki, that's my guy. And I think the General has a very interesting live this morning. I just saw that this morning. Did y'all hear Eric Morales did an interview? Listen, let me talk to my Latinos right here, please. I'm talking to the Latinos that always tell black folk, hey man, stop making it about race. Listen, man, this is sports, and there's always an element of race behind it. Don't lie. When you see someone in that ring, you might not know who the fuck they are. But when you see someone in that ring and it pops up where they're from, and they're from your town, they're from your country, you might even recognize them. Oh shit, he was up the block. Oh man, I didn't even know. There's something in you to instinctively root for that person. Earn Jordan, salute. And I'm telling you that is okay. You heard what I said, right? If that person is from your country and he speaks the same language, automatically it is okay to identify with that person in high key, not low key, high key, root for their success. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't take that personal at all. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem I have is when black supporters of the sport of boxing get ridiculed. These cats think that they're doing themselves a service and call themselves calling us out. You're just rooting for him because he's black. My thing is, so what? You can't shame me. You know how many fights I've gone to? I've seen Irish flags waved, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, Nicaraguan, Ukrainian, Polish. I ain't got no problem. But you're not gonna shame me. Fuck out of here. Especially when your ass is in my city. How dare you? You just, True Boxing Night, salute. You're just not gonna do it. Oh, you just rooted for him because he black. And I'm looking at you. We're in Madison Square Garden. We at the Barclays. You got this flag. You a million miles from home. I'm like, really, dude? You're wearing the colors of your flag. You could have told me that's your cousin in the ring right now, and I believe you. And you're really telling me I'm rooting for this guy because he's black American? Yeah, what is the fucking problem? Oh, I get it. I'm supposed to root for you. No, it's not that. They don't even want your support. They don't. You know what they want? They want you not to be proud of who you are. And I wish you black fighters would understand that. That's why you have to take control of your goddamn careers. That's why it's important for you to, at minimum, cement a place in history, at minimum. When I had that panel the other day and I said, hey man, give me Tank Davis a legendary fight, a career-defining fight. Somebody on the panel said Zepeda. And I said, do you know Zepeda? In his own words, he said Zepeda was a setup. I don't recall Tank struggling in that fight. Zepeda? Now watch this. How many career-defining fights could he have had by now? At least 10. At least 10. He didn't do it. He's giving you Jake Paul. I said Zepeda Pedraza. I'm sorry. Zepeda Pedraza, tomato. Who cares? Same shit. That's disrespectful, right? Zepeda Zapata. Pedraza. Who the fuck cares? He said it was a setup. Same shit. But that's the best they can do? With all this space and opportunity? He has space and opportunity to do any and everything. He didn't give me not one. Not one. I didn't even ask for Frank Martin. I didn't ask for Ryan Garcia. Oh, Ryan Garcia, career defining. Who the fuck is Ryan Garcia? What belt he held? Oh, he made a bunch of money. I don't care. Is that Hall of Fame worthy? That's what I'm saying. We're having two different conversations. We're having two different conversations. Even, dude, you know who I didn't, Hannibal Salute, you know who I didn't have on that list? Let me put it up again. These are 15 people that I feel I know he could have fought. Even the New Jacks. And if you don't know, you don't know. I ain't telling y'all shit. You supposed to rematch Lamont Roach and the New Jacks on the lower right-hand side. For you casuals, y'all don't know who that is. But he even could have did that. You know I didn't put on here? Sandor Martin. Edwin De Los Santos. And I honestly think Edwin, he'd have fucked around and beat Tank. Oh, no, Drew, no, prove me wrong. Edwin got cracks. Ask El Rayo. And by the way, El Rayo's not on this list. You know why? Because I forgot, it slipped my mind. But during that live, it was brought to, it jogged my memory a bit. Tank did try to fight El Rayo. And then I remembered. El Rayo just went to 140 and beat Isaac Cruz. Fairly easy. Took that belt. Tank said, I'll fight you, but come down to 135. He said, man, we ain't going back to 135. We at 140. And that's why the fight ain't happening. I had forgot. It had slipped my mind. You see? Those are three names I didn't even put on the list. So when I say what's his career-defining moment? Pedraza. A fight that he called a setup. No, he was your contemporary, Tank. Yeah, I ain't put Tevin Farmer there either. Now, if I remember correctly, Tevin Farmer fumbled that ball. But that's not to say that Tank could have spun the block and got him later. I didn't put Floyd Schofield on there. There's a whole lot of work for this kid. But he's giving you Jake Paul. Now, what does that have to do with Boots? In about 2 years, I don't want to have a list of 10 people where we're saying, hey, man, Boots could afford him, and he just didn't do it. I don't want to be in that position. I don't want Boots putting me in that position where I'm questioning his integrity as a competitor, because we did put this guy on pedestal, right? We said he had Roy Jones Jr. type of talent. I remember the late great Kurt Sugar said that. He said, I ain't see anybody this fluid and this talented since Roy Jones Jr. I said, man, that's coming from Kurt. Whoa. And what does he do? He aligns himself with Eddie Hearn, of all people. I mean, at least Bob Arum's American. We ain't saying going over there either. PBC is a sinking ship. I don't know. Maybe Boots is a superstar player that could save the PBC. I don't know. I don't know. Forget Queensberry. You ain't want to straight up just go to Riyadh season? Y'all go to Riyadh season, you know, Turkey gonna put you to work. Ain't no light work over there. How is it a good career move to go mess with Eddie Hearn? I don't know. Watch this. Why you ain't go over to Trill Bill? You know he's a great promoter. This is boxing. I know a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, well, if he goes over there with Bill, he'll never fight Devin. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Because I know King Kong Ortiz went over to Matchroom and he was AJ's responsibility. And Eddie Hearn literally signed King Kong Ortiz to put him on the shelf and keep him away from AJ. That's exactly what happened. Okay, you don't want to go over to Golden Boy because they like to play with people's booty holes.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Okay. Here's a thought. Promote yourself. Do you know how to do that? Well, if you did, you wouldn't be over there at Matchroom. Matchroom, man? Let me ask y'all a question. Exactly, Hannibal. Ain't nobody got Devin's heart. That's crazy. BVO, salute. Let me ask y'all a question. Now, I know this is going to come off as hatred, but it's not. Because I'm going to be very clear. I don't want, like how I tell the truth about Tank. Y'all could say I'm hating, but I always say, point out when I lied on this kid. What I asked from this kid was not unreasonable. It was not unreasonable. And he just said, go to hell. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm going to, pass off this monkey baton to Boots. Boots don't take it. Take your hand back. Put your goddamn hand down, man. What did we learn from the Lima fight? What did we learn? Anybody? The only element of danger from Lima that I saw was it was the unknown. I'm like, well, is he nice? I don't like the unknown fights because that's how stars are made. We all saw Forrest and Mayorga. Nobody knew who the hell Mayorga was, and this is after the Shane Mosley win, and that was supposed to be a showcase fight. And man, oh man, somebody didn't do their goddamn homework. That guy could punch. And it wasn't a fluke because he beat him twice. Unique Dawn, salute, Queen. I don't want this same fate for Boots. So what the fuck did we learn from the Lima fight? Please tell me. I didn't learn anything. I learned that Boots is a killer when he's supposed to kill somebody. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Didn't even break a sweat. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, when you saw the Lima fight, did you watch that and say, man, or Virgil Ortiz in trouble? And by the way, I forgot my point. I think Eric Morales did an interview. A couple of other Mexican fighters. I have to do the research. And the general will be talking about it today. They want Virgil to get that boots win for Mexico, y'all. And that's all I'm saying. And they've been quiet, and these legends have been critical of Canelo. They've been very critical of Canelo. But you think they wanted to see Canelo go in there and watch happen to him what Bud did? You think they like seeing that? They didn't want Canelo to lose. That's their countryman. They didn't want him to lose. They're very critical of him. And with good right. They're not hating on him. They're just saying, hey, man, he could do this, he could do that. They're not saying anything any different that we haven't said. But they didn't want him to get smoked by Boots smoked by Bud the way he got smoked. They didn't want that. And now they watching Boots do what he smoked Lima. Now they're saying, Virgil, you got to get this for Mexico. I'm like, well, shit, stand on it. And guess what? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. But I learned nothing from the Lima fight. Can he do that to Virgil Ortiz? Can he? For those of you that says yes, you know what I'm going to say, right? You got to show me. You got to show me. You got to show me. Is that fair? Is that unreasonable? Now, again, I know I'm gonna be talking about Boots a lot. You know why? Because I want what's best for my brother. Now, I know sometime down the line there's gonna be some cats from Philly coming up in here. Oh man, you hating on Boots. On my 4th or 5th Boots live or video, man, you always talk about Boots. Why you hating on Boots? You New York niggas. They're going to make it a New York Philly thing. No. And I'm going to ask them the same questions. Why hasn't Boots fought Ortiz, man? That's a winnable fight. 54 is popping, man. Yes, Stormy, that's exactly what it is. That's why I got him removing his hand from the goddamn. Do not take the monkey doll, the monkey voodoo doll from Tank, Boots. Get your hand, get off that shit. Don't touch it. It got cooties. Don't even talk to Tank. Because I think his disease is airborne. Get out of here, man. I don't want Boots going down that road. Stop it, bro. 154 is a playground, and Boots has all the talent in the world. Give me something to celebrate. I learned nothing from Lima, brother. I learned nothing. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You gave your fan base what they wanted that night. Now, if you could smoke out Virgil Ortiz like that, I'm going to be like, yo, man, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Boots is here. But who the fuck is Lima? If he does that to Bakram, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Felix Nunez in that super chat salute. He says, I get a feeling Boots gonna embarrass Virgil. Bad KO. Hey, I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Felix. We gotta see it. Look, this Tank Davis shit, let this be the last time. Let this be the last time fans are on here fussing with one another, talking about what their favorite fighter is gonna do or the fighter that's from their block gonna do. Let this be the last time, because Tank is the embodiment of pump fake. The little monkey. Since YouTube don't like me when I morph him into a monkey, now I have him with a monkey doll. Tell me where's the violation with that? And I'm still not done, because he's not retired yet. I'm gonna clown him every chance I get. Watch how creative. Thank you, YouTube. You've made me be more creative. Yeah. What if Boots laid out backram in the first round like that? Man, I'd be like, yo, y'all better watch out, bro. Y'all better watch out. That right there? I can see it now. Oh, well, he only beat Tim Tszyu. Well, y'all put Tim Tszyu on a pedestal. Tim Tszyu was for real. Backrun beat the hell out of him. Now Boots came in and did that to him? Oh, man. Y'all better watch out. So now I'm hearing about this. Who's this guy's name? Abbas Barrow. Let me ask y'all a question. And I want y'all to be honest. Do y'all know who that guy is? Be honest. Be honest. Be very honest. Be very, 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 very honest. Y'all know who Abbas is? Abbas, what's his name? Abbas Abbas Barrios? Abbas Barrios? I don't even know where he's from. I heard Tank is going to be a playable character in the next Super Mario. He's Donkey Kong Country. Mario Kart. I heard he's going to be a playable character. Dude, what up, man? Y'all know who Abbas is? Asking for a friend. Because I'm telling y'all right now, I have no fucking idea who that guy is. And I watch boxing, y'all. I was like, who? Chris, what up? I was like, who the fuck? Who? Abbas Barrios? Who? And ain't he like the interim or some shit? So don't look now. Boots might be fighting him next. Now let me highlight what my brother BVO said. Now Boots fans, prove him wrong. Let me help you out a bit. You can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. Watch this, y'all. Now, I just asked y'all, name me Tank's signature win that says, hey, man, Hall of Fame conversation right here. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about seat sales. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm not talking about tattoos or braids, greasy in your eyes or whatever. I'm talking about Hall of Fame fight. This is career-defining fight. Hall of Fame, right? Hey, I'm asking that about Boots because you see, Boots is still very early. So BVO says Boots is trash. Don't fight anybody. All I'm asking is, can any Boots fan prove this statement wrong? Because right now, this live is about, I don't want Boots to go in the direction of Tank Davis. I can't take that, man, because Boots is super talented. I can't take this. Tank, get Tank the hell out of here. Boots, go to 150. You at 154. You got to go crazy now. So BVO, check it out. Raw, the brother says, y'all all going to be on his nuts as soon as he win. Nah, I'm not on anyone's nuts. And I don't jump nuts. Are you on his nuts? Are you on this man's genitalia? Don't block him, please. Don't block him, please. First thing we do is we go to his channel. Okay, he's a real channel. He's a real channel. He's been on YouTube since August of 2013. Okay, he has a picture, avatar. That's Kevin Hart in the avatar. I just want to see the kind of person you are. I'm not clowning you. I just want to see the kind of person you are. You have no videos. You have a bunch of playlists. I see you into black music, which is great, which is real great. Wait a minute. You got a boxing. Is this you? No, that's not you. You just saved. All right, so you're into boxing. You saved some boxing videos. Okay, cool. All right, so you're a boxing supporter. You're a boxing fan. I'm gonna call you a fan because of what you said. When you talking about jumping someone's nuts, bro, I don't understand that. If you just pulled up, you missed the part when I said I want what's best for Boots. I don't want Boots to fall in the route of monkey business like Tank Davis. Because Tank is a monkey. And I think Boots is better than that. And he has space and opportunity to be better. To be better than Tank. See, BVO is already saying Boots is already the monkey. I can't debate that. Raw, what's your name? Raw. That's your name, Raw. In all caps, Raw. Okay. Raw, you still in the chat? Let's have a conversation. You from Philly? BVO's in the chat giving you all the smoke. Look. I'm not arguing it at all. Raw, I want to know what you got to say about this. 11 plus years in the sport, not one 50-50 fight. I can't argue that. How about this? I'm not. Gone are the days that I'm sticking up for these fighters where they're leaving that shade of gray where I have to determine what the fighter's doing. You have to be straight black or white with me. Either you do it or you're not. Tank is not. Devin is. Even the fights he didn't get, he pursued. I appreciate that. Deontay Wilder, I appreciate that. Errol Spence, I appreciate that. Bud, I appreciate that. Tank, nah. Go away. Go away, man. Get your money that your fans are celebrating and lead the sport and take them with you. That's all I'm saying. Now, Boots, I don't want this to be you. There's time. I'm looking at, let me pull up the rankings at 54. There he is right there. Abbas Baru, Baton Rouge. Abbas Baton Rouge. Let me not put that on Baton Rouge. Abbas Baruru. Hey, man, look. Bakram's the IBF. Go get that belt, bro. Next fight, go get that belt. You know what he's talking about? You know what Eddie Hearn was talking about? Didn't Eddie Hearn mention Xander Zayas in New York? He wants to bring Boots to New York. Now listen, y'all. Let me tell you what he's trying to do. Let me tell you what Eddie Hearn's trying to do with Xander Zayas. If you've never been to New York, in June, I think it's June, we have something called the Puerto Rican Day Parade in this city. For years, Puerto Rican fighters have fought that Saturday night, and on Sunday, they got on the float. Felix Trinidad notoriously headlined that parade. He fought on Saturday night. He won an MSG. And then he was in the Boricua parade that Sunday. Yeah, Black Jericho. Yeah, Zayas was placing Berlanga because Berlanga is not carrying that torch. And, you know, Xander Zayas is a handsome young lad. He's a handsome young lad. He's 100% Boricua. Salute to him. Skill set wise, I need to see more. So far, so good, but I need to see more. And Eddie Hearn's plan is to bring Boots this summer of 2026 to New York to fight Xander Zayas. And he also mentioned how Philly and New York they're not too far. Listen, you hop on the Jersey Turnpike, Philly's literally like 3 hours from me. Maybe 2.5 how I drive. I'm joking. But it's not far. Philadelphia is not far. But he wants to bring Boots to New York. And he won't have to fight in the theater. That'll sell out the big room in Madison Square Garden, not the Hulu theater, the big room. He wants to bring Boots over there and beat Zayas, and he have Philly come to New York. And yeah, that's marketing. My thing is this: don't wait on Zayas. No one is called out Backroom. I don't know what he's doing next. He got nothing lined up. He should be pursuing that IBF from Backroom right now. I don't know who Abbas Baru is. I don't know him. I know who Backroom is. All right? Sebastian Fundora is the WBC, and Virgil Ortiz is the interim. Look, man, this is why Turki Al-Sheikh is eating the way he's eating, because all of this shit is confusing to the average person. It is. Sebastian Fundora was supposed to be fighting Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was ranked, well, I think he was ranked number 3. Yeah, it says right here. He was ranked number 3. Jerron was ranked number 1. Keith was ranked number 3. Some nigga named Bakery Samaki. Who is that? All right, man. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Whatever. Look, man. The major guns is Zayas, Fundora, and Backroom. I'm talking about the people with belts. PBC got some financial issues, apparently. They had to postpone the Thurman Fundora fight. The winner of that fight, Jerron need to face. Bottom line. In the meantime, I want to see Boots versus Virgil. If for some reason that don't happen, Backroom, because he ain't got nothing lined up. And that's a unification. Is that unreasonable? Yeah, Bochuk and Lubin. Lubin got some work lined up though, right? Lubin got a what you call it? Yeah, Brian Mendoza's still out there. Interesting. Thank you for mentioning that, Stormy. Let me kill y'all for a second. Brian Mendoza knocked the shit out of Sebastian Fundora. Stopped him. None of you said that he needs to get it back in blood. Talking about Fundora. Mendoza went down to Australia, I believe, and then he fought Tim Tszyu, and he lost to Tim Tszyu. And then Tim Tszyu fought Fundora, and Fundora beat him up. But he still didn't beat Brian Mendoza. He still got to get that back. You see how that get it back in blood shit faded away? All of a sudden, you see how no one uses that anymore? You see that? Just like that term email champion. You see how these terms vanish? I mean, some of you are just so irresponsible. But I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm here to straighten you out. It's okay. Boots, you're at a very critical point in your career. Very, very critical. Are you going to be a monkey? Or are you going to handle business? Don't touch that doll, man. It's voodoo. But I could be wrong. So this brother named Raw, you disappeared. I know you from Philly. I could be wrong. You said, I'm going to jump his nuts when he wins. No, I want the brother to win. I want the brother to win in life. So, Raw, I want you to click the link and speak your piece. I don't argue. You know, I'm not going to cuss at you. If you're respectful to me, I'll be respectful to you. If you're disrespectful, I'm going to boot you out of here. I'm not going to get into a shit match with you. But state your piece. I want to know, why would you say that? What makes you think that I want what's worse for Boots? Because that's how you took it. And I want to know, do you understand my concern for Jerron Boots Ennis? I'm catching this early. See, I never would have thought. I wasn't even doing content when Tank was running around with Floyd and Ellaby. They asked him about Lomachenko, and Floyd answered the question. But then I remember people asking Leonard Ellaby, hey, man, who makes Tank's fights? And remember Leonard said, Tank is the star. Tank makes the fights. Y'all remember that? And I said, oh, okay, so wait a minute. He don't want to fight Loma? $154 is shark infested. That's my point. But Boots is on a pedestal. Boots is a champion. Clean this shit up. Right now, Boots needs to separate himself. How do you do it? Grabbing those belts and saying, okay, here I am. Let's go. Bochuck, let's go. Let's go. I need to stay busy. Let's go, Bakery. Let's go. Keith Thurman, yeah, that's a money fight. But you old. You old, you're losing your hair. Let's get it. Let's go, Erickson Lubin. He had a lot of wars with you. Let me put you out your misery. Let's get it. Let's get to this work. He needs to go grabbing titles. That's what he needs to do. Let's get to the work. Majimov, people know who you are. Let me show you how Boots was supposed to handle you. I mean, how Bud was supposed to handle you. Hey, here's a name. I'm looking at the rankings right now. Nikita Zoo. That's Tim Zoo's brother. I did a video on him. He talks about, oh, I like fighting because I like to hurt people. I said, well, shit. He out now said he wanted to, like, damn near kill people. Where's the investigation? Where's the investigation? Deontay said, I want a body on my record. And Mauricio Suleiman wanted to strip him and all kinds of shit. Stormy says, Keith Thurman, Charles Conroe, Josh Kelly, Israel Majimov, Jesus Ramos, all good fighters to test against. Exactly. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work there. All right, cool. Xander Zayas has a belt. He has a WBO. I think, Bob Arum is into protecting his investments. You already know that. Xander Zayas is a handsome kid, Puerto Rican. They support their fighters. He wants to protect that investment. So then you got to worry about whether Bob wants to put him in the ring with Boots. I think Boots beats Xander. Right now? Yeah. Yeah. So Boots, now watch this. I don't know what the sales were. I don't know. I don't know anything. It looked real loud in there, didn't it? Boots, you the man. You got a big mouth right now. Go clean up 54. Go clean up 54. Interim this and get out of here, man. Stop, man. Where's Raw at? Raw, you ain't say nothing? Raw found out that this wasn't a casual boxing channel. That's what happened. He did what you call a drive-by. That's okay, Raw. I understand. I understand. This ain't a casual space here, buddy. And I want y'all to remember this live, because if Boots' next fight isn't anybody from here, because I want you to understand something. Boots is the biggest name at 54. Can we say that? He's the most celebrated name, right? Can we say that? It's Boots. He's the most celebrated name, right? So Boots could do anything he wants to do at 54. All he has to do is mention it. Eddie, get me this fight. Eddie, get me that fight. Please stop talking about Bud. Bud is at 68. And according to Brother Bernie, he's retired. Everybody's retired until they ain't. But y'all heard Bernie tell us Bud's done. So stop that. This fella's at 54. He's the man in 54. I think he's an interim. He don't even have the real belt, but he's the man, so he calls the shots. A lot like Tank. The WBA strap that he did have was Devin's old belt. He ain't fight him for it, so they emailed it to him. He said he ain't want it, but he has it. Right? He has it. So he's an email champion, right? And he's the A side in every direction. And instead of fighting the people he's supposed to be fighting, he's giving you Jake Paul. He said, go to hell, I'm getting my bread. I ain't fighting nobody you want me to fight. And motherfuck you fans too, because I don't like y'all anyway. That's what he said. That's what he said. Now here comes Boots. Are you going to take that voodoo monkey? Or are you going to keep your hands to yourself? What are you going to do, Boots? Right now, I want you to get what's his name? Bakram Murtazalev. However you say his last name. You don't even need to deal with Xander Zayas yet. Leave that alone. You don't need it. That's a lot of red tape. Bob Arum doesn't even like Eddie Hearn. Anthony, what up? Copper, salute. He doesn't even like him. Stormy, exactly. I ain't want to say it out loud, but yeah, that. He said Xander Zayas has officially entered the NBF zone. If you know, you know. Shout out to Cameron Duncan, the late, great Cameron Duncan. Boots. Boots. By this time next year, God willing, everybody's here. I don't want to be having these conversations about what you didn't do. But I'm going to play this for you anyway as a warning.
Yeah, come on! Yeah, man, come on!
Don't do it, Boots. Don't do it, Boots. I ain't gonna come on here lying about you, man. I'm just gonna be asking these questions. Mac of the South, salute. I'm gonna be asking the questions, man. Aaron said he's the one spinning and clapping in the kiddie pool. I'm telling you, Boots. I'm telling you, cats are already done with you. I'm being very lenient, man. You got all the talent in the world, bro. You got all the talent in the world. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. You got all the talent in the world. I believe it. But Boots, you have to show me now. Because I swear to God, if another 9 months, because camps are 3 months, usually. If you haven't fought your contemporaries, there's the word. If you haven't fought a contemporary, you're entering Monkeyville. And I don't want you there, man. I don't want you there. Bakram has the IBF. You can go get that belt. You're the interim WBA. And Abbas Baru is the real champion. Listen, man, I don't like dealing with all of this bullshit. I just have a feeling they're going to make you clean it up so you're the real WBA champion. The difficulty is, y'all ready for this? The difficulty is, ladies and gentlemen, is that to a degree, oh, word? Yeah, I might talk about that. Ninja Gaiden, the NES version. Ninja Gaiden gave it, that's the game that gave me hypertension. The NES version of Ninja Gaiden gave me, that's, if I have a pinpoint when I developed hypertension, it was that moment in what year that game came out? 87, 88? Yeah. I was about 12 or 13. I think it was that video game right there. That game put me in therapy. Whatever, man. But salute. Oh, shit. Yeah, but Boots, I think they're going to make him clean it up. But here's the thing. According to these new, I even play that, Abdullah, I even play that Ninja Turtles game. The NES version, I even play that. My cousin had it. I said, nope, I ain't doing this to myself. Listen, man, if Boots, see, belts don't matter. And this right here, y'all are witnessing how a man like Turki Al-Sheikh was able to come in to the industry of boxing and get so much done and put people on blast. I told y'all before, if all the fighters, all the belt holders were doing what they were supposed to do, there wouldn't have been nothing for Turkey to do. There wouldn't have been anything for him to do. If the champions were trying to unify and become undisputed, and then when one person emerges as undisputed, they have mandatories. If everybody was working and doing what they were supposed to do, there'd be nothing for Turkey to do. That's why he was able to come in and do what he did. What did I tell y'all about these cats devaluing the belts? What did I tell you about that? That's why I don't like all this interim shit. I don't like that. You have a mandatory. You don't fight that mandatory in a certain amount of time. We're taking that belt. That's how it's supposed to be. But you knuckle draggers, y'all insisted on rooting for a person because they're from your city or you just like how they look. And you fucked yourself. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. So when Turkey came in and says, man, you don't need no WBO, WBA, WBC, or IBF, or NABO, or IBO. You don't need any of that. You fight, you win. If you win this fight because this guy's your contemporary, but because you worked for the PBC and he was over there on Queensberry, it wasn't even thought of. Freedom's March salute. But I got this amount of money, and this is the most money you've ever seen. Plus, if you win, I got this like 24-karat super ridiculous belt with real leather. The belt alone is worth about $1 million. Solid gold. You win, I'm giving you this. Shout out to Josh Padley. Hey, man, I know you took Shakur on 2 weeks' notice, but can you come back? Hey, man, Turkey, I understand. I appreciate it, but I'm an electrician by trade. I have a business to run. Josh, I'll give you $6 million. Where do I sign? Fuck the business. Sold. And he came back, and he got back in a win streak. Y'all don't know about Josh Padley. Do your homework. He's back in the winning circle. He was kicking ass before he got to Shakur. He just didn't have a full camp. Not to say that if he had a full camp, he'd have beat Shakur. But I'm saying, there's a method to the madness. So this is what Riyadh season is doing for these fighters. So since your ass ain't over on Riyadh season like that, clean up 154. Clean it up. Make yourself the real Roy Jones when he was Roy Jones in the 90s at 75. And nobody was fucking with him. And it's not like there was no killers there. It's just that Roy was so good that he made everyone look bad. Be that guy. Boots, you can do it. You can do it. Be that guy. I have faith in you. But you could let Eddie Hearn run the show. You could do that. You could let Eddie Hearn run the show. And you could fight Abbas, Bada Booba Ding Dong. And you can wait for the winner of Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman. You could come to New York in June and fight Xander Zayas. Good luck working that out with Bob Arum. NBF. Y'all know what that NBF is, right? If you've been in my chat long enough, you know what that is. But look at these names here, man. You don't even want to go beat up on Caleb Walsh? Jesus Ramos, Madrimov. You just knocked the shit out of Lima. I want him to beat up Nikita Zoo just to do it. Yeah, whatever. Anybody? But I like that Bakram for the IBF. I like that. Damn. This dude Raw came in here and threw a rock and ran. Came in here, threw a rock. You know, Phillies, Philadelphia, you know, the Phillies, you guys. I ain't gonna put what Raw did on the whole city of Philly. What I will say is you're doing them a disservice, fella. You're doing them a disservice because he said Kabuki Quantum Fighter and Street Fighter 2030. Sheesh. John Pound, salute. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, look, and this is how it starts, y'all. I'm calling it out in its infancy, y'all. I'm calling it out in its infancy. I'm on record. Remember this show, October 17th, 2025. This is my first live stream about Boots. I'm asking the question, is Boots dealing in monkey business? And I got Tank here trying to give the voodoo monkey doll to Boots. And Boots is like, what's that? Well, you know, Boots, you know, you can make a lot of money and a lot of fame. You know, this is how I do in Baltimore. You know, you take this monkey and, you know, you don't be a bitch ass nigga like my fans. You take this monkey and soon you can find a YouTuber. All you gotta do is tell your fans, you know, stay over there. Because you know, I want this all out of me. I want it all out of me. You know, I want to be calm because I got daughters. I don't want to be angry anymore like I was in Baltimore. Bars. So you take this monkey, Boots, and you have fame and fortune. And the best part about it is you, because I'm saying, you know, Baltimore, the best part is you don't have to fight your contemporaries. But if you take this monkey, your fans, they'll follow you no matter what. Baltimore. Boots, do not take that monkey from him. Leave that shit right. Don't get your goddamn hands. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Listen to me, Boots. Listen to me. This is what you do. You just beat up Lima. And I don't even want to disrespect Lima. I'm just saying what happened. You just beat the guy up. The guy clearly didn't belong in the ring with you. Okay? Here's what you do, Boots. Tell Eddie, get me the Bakram fight. And I'm going to tell you why I want the Bakram fight. I'll tell you why first of all, I want the Bakram fight because it's to me, it's the toughest fight at 54. That's why you go get that fight. Second of all, he's not Tim Tszyu. He's better. He's better. But you got to show me. You got to show me, Boots. And if he beats Bakram easily, that's a notable win. Abdul, I heard about it, but I'm not familiar with the story, but I heard about it. I'm not familiar with the workings of the story though. I'm gonna look it up. If Boots could beat Bakram, whether he dominates him or just beats him in any way, that's a statement. Because Bakram is now, don't you notice he's become the boogeyman at 154? You notice that? If he goes at that kid, I'm calling him a kid, but you know, I'm not being disrespectful. If he goes at Bakram and beats him, he just did something that nobody else wants to do. And we've been talking up Bakram after that Tim Tszyu shit, right? If Boots can go in there and outshine him, man, watch out. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If he don't get background and he goes everywhere around 54 but background, it's going to increase background's marketability. And y'all already know. You already know what's going to happen. Boots ducking background. Boots don't want no smoke with background. You saw what he did to Tim Tszyu. Well, he's not Tim Tszyu. Well, why don't Boots take the fight? And that's where the conversation is going to stop right there. Because right now, who's the A side at 54? Boots is. He is. With no belt. So all I want Boots Ennis to do, all I want him to do is to prove he's the best at 154. Don't talk to me about Bud. Don't talk to me about Errol until Errol comes back at 54 officially. Don't talk to me. Y'all remember when we used to say, don't talk about it, be about it? Remember that? Yeah, Kawhi, I'm going to cook Tank on all the way up until the Jake fight. And I'm letting y'all Tank fans know right now. Tank better win. I don't want no draw. Tank better win. Tank better win. Because if he loses, bro, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tell the truth and tell you what happened. Just remember, y'all did this. Maisha, salute. You know, Big F, I like that. 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 Devin set the standard. If Boots really about that, I want a hit list. Matter of fact, bro, Devin put out that list. Devin put out that I'm good, Maisha. I'm working. Devin put out that list. He set the standard. Every fighter that's on a pedestal should have a list. Everyone. I like that. Xander's Eyes, what's your list? Who's on it? Keith Thurman talked big, but then, you know, he's known for getting to fights and then hurting his pinky toe. This time it was Fundora. After that, who's up? What's going on? You fighting for money? You trying to clean shit up? Boots need to be trying, because his career, in my opinion, is still is in its infancy. Get to work, y'all. Get to work. Maisha, slow down. Get to work. Show me what's going on. Put out a hit list. Fuck's sake. Shit crazy. I got my eye on it. Now look. Now look, I'm going to say this. Boots' next fight. Boots' next fight telling you straight up and down. Kamaru, salute. Boots' next fight has to be nah, we ain't playing that shit. Boots' next fight absolutely has to be against a top tier competitor. I won't accept anything less. Because we already done put this guy, pray for Creasy, salute. We already put this guy on a pedestal. And he has the talent to match. Now it's time to clean shit up and cement your place in history. And that's what's happened. That's what needs to happen. While you are cleaning shit up, you're getting belts, you're cementing your place in history, right? And the talent is matching the money and the gold that you're winning, not around your stupid ass neck. Eric Jordan, that super chat, salute. Says Tank and Boots is getting clapped up by Miguel. Hashtag Baltimore.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Well, said what I had to say. I really wanted a Boots fan to come up in here. I want to see if the Boots fan. Do you think the Boots fans are going to turn into Tank fans? You think that's going to happen? I hope not. You think in about a year, when we're holding Boots accountable, if he doesn't do anything at 154, that's required for him to solidify his position in the Hall of Fame down the road while making money and collecting belts, do you think that Boots fans are going to turn into Tank fans? God, I hope not. Well, anyway, let me get out the way because I want to hear what the general has to say, man. Salute to everyone in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Man, much love and appreciation to all of y'all. Tune in the Chop Session. Stormy will be live tonight. I have a premiere set up for about 10:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. And I'm just uploading the stuff that y'all missed when I was in YouTube jail a couple days ago. There's a pep talk that y'all missed, a couple of live streams, you know, F you, Miguel and Jerome, and F y'all with a lit flare. Right in the poop shoot. Y'all enjoy your weekend.
Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.